Hey, we're
Hi.
on. We made it.
We
Welcome,
made
everybody,
it.
to another night of perfectly normal paranormal communication. That's Reg, and I'm Greg. And we're here, and we welcome everybody. Bob Burnell, welcome. He thought that Chris and Kristen were on.
Oh, yep. Hey,
Uh
Bob.
oh. How you doing, Bob? So, anyway, are you surviving the heat?
Am I?
Yeah,
Barely.
barely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Or
know. I went upstairs
the
to
air went out.
I went
So,
went upstairs. Nando's on.
oh, hi.
Hey Nando, how are you? Liz is on.
Hi, Liz.
Hey Liz, welcome, welcome back, welcome back to everybody. We're just discussing the heat a little bit and how it really started to play today on people, especially me.
Yeah, it's a little warm.
Angela Bowley is
Hello,
here.
everybody.
Barbara Woodbury Spear, wonderful Barbara's here with her. No, I'm not going to say it. That's something that's a joke that's saved for a special program. Right, Barbara.
Oh, yeah.
Love her, love Angela, love
I
everybody. Love Liz.
I was wanting to open up. Hello, my friend.
Kundalini Samsara.
I can never pronounce it.
Why not? It's a Kundalini.
Yeah.
It's like a Kundalini awakening,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah. Um, I wanted to open the show. Um, I'm a stand up person, and I own up to mistakes I may or may not have made as time goes on.
Hey, Charles.
And I have deleted. I'm going to admit it now because of I was kind of embarrassed by it. I deleted Tuesday's episodes off of everything I could. I apologize to everybody. I wasn't doing well in the morning, and I relapsed. I had quit drinking back in 2016, and I relapsed on Tuesday. And so that show was me coming unglued, driven by alcohol. And I apologize. Oh my God, I'm so sorry for that. To anybody here that witnessed that, that isn't who I am. And so I wanted to make sure everybody knew that, I do apologize for anybody that had to witness that side of me, which hasn't come out in, almost 10 years. Again, I just wanted to put that behind me and make sure everybody knew how deeply sorry I was they had to see that on Tuesday, if they saw it.
I'm sure that everybody feels that you're a stand up kind of guy, and you prove that by coming out with that tonight. And we all appreciate it. I know I do. And, it's just between me and you, and it's between you and everybody else.
Yeah.
You know, uh, and you are sober today. Congratulations.
Oh yeah.
See,
Oh yeah.
that's the way it starts anyway. So,
Yeah, I suffered pretty good yesterday. I'll tell you that. I even went to work for 8 hours going through all that. Oh my God. the withdrawal. I wasn't able to hold food down, nothing yesterday. And yeah, I don't miss that feeling at all. So, but
We're doing okay, Charles.
oh yeah,
Good to have you on.
oh yeah. I love you all with all my heart.
Got some amazing people there.
Oh yeah.
And Nando's here. What else could we possibly ask for?
Telling you.
Wow. Yeah, that's awesome. And Liz is here too, actually. That's the same way too. Because she's from Scotland. So you got Nando and he's from Ireland. If I'm wrong, Nando, don't throw a rock at me.
Eh,
I think he's from Ireland, and because doesn't he investigate with Jenny?
I think so.
Okay, then he'd have
I
to be
believe
there.
so.
Then he'd have to be, and he's got a great show. I've seen him on quite a bit. And Bob, you see what Bob Burnell said?
Yeah, thank you, Bob. Yeah, you gotta just move forward. Yep.
So we got a good representation of a lot of different areas. I don't know where Charles is from. Do you know where Charles Rudd is from?
Not offhand, but I remember his name. I
And
remember a
then
lot of the names. I just don't know.
see Angela. Angela just says hello to you. She for some reason she's not going to say hello to me. I don't know
Nah. You say Angela? No, Charles is Texas.
why.
From Texas.
Who is?
Charles.
Charles is from Texas. All right,
Yep.
that's pretty awesome. We know quite a few people from Texas. Victoria Munday. We know Anthony Salavos. Salavos.
Sabalos.
Sabalos. It's 1 out of 3, so I guess I'm doing pretty good tonight.
Ah,
But Anthony knows. He knows that I butchered him when he was on my house, my show, not my house, show. So Angela, are you painting tonight? Is that what you're doing right now? Are you painting? You pick them, Reggie.
Miss Angela, look at your messages.
And we have to have somebody that we haven't had on. Uh, Barbara was kicked out, wasn't she? Last time, didn't something happen to Barbara? So shouldn't we bring Barbara on for a little bit, like Angela too? Because Angela wasn't Angela on before.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, well you've got Liz. Liz was on.
Miss Barbara, look at your messages.
Who else we got there? Nando hasn't been on. Whoa,
Let's
that's a
see
good
here.
one. That's a good one.
Let's see.
I bet you Angela is painting.
Let's see if,
I was thinking about going ahead and doing one, but now I'm going to have to wait till a little bit later in the year because I have something coming up in the ITC field that does more for me than a picture right now. Not that I'm not talking down to you, Angela. I think your work is absolutely amazing, like everybody else does. But I have to probably put some money into this other thing. Plus, I have 2 trips I have Canada, like in the woods, musky fishing, and then I have the family up in northern Wisconsin. So those are two chunks of change, especially the place that we stay. And we're not having any dancing. We may have dancing girls in Canada. We may, but well,
Hi.
is that Angela?
Yes,
Don't run off the road, Angela.
You on a bicycle?
I am not. I am in the country, and I am on a tack. On my
Where's your helmet at?
my helmet's in my basket at the moment.
Okay.
Um,
Well, we just wanted to say hello to you. Wanted to have you on for a
Hello.
minute and see what was going on. And
I'm working on another painting.
okay, that's awesome.
Not beautiful,
Maybe
but,
maybe the next show we could go ahead and you could come on and show us.
oh, absolutely! I would love to do that. I'll be at the Anchorage Mansion this Saturday from about noon to 7 p.m. in Marietta, Ohio, and I'll be doing readings there.
Well, that'll be good. I said to Reggie, I says you said hello to Reggie, and you didn't say hello to me.
Oh, I'm sorry, Greg. I should say hello to you.
No, I'm just no. I just brought that up for a laugh because that's.
I know Reggie was visiting the Pioneer Cemetery, and Barb and I happened to notice there was a lot of German surnames there. And I'm willing to bet if you spoke in German, that you would get a lot of responses back in German. So I get the impression a lot of those people would have been speaking German and not English.
You think they don't know every language?
I don't think I think they would be more comfortable than other languages. Like if they're more comfortable speaking German, and if you speak German all your life, you come over here and you try to hi Barb.
Hi.
And I would just tell Reggie that he might want to speak some German next time he goes to Pioneer Cemetery to see if we get better responses.
Oh yeah.
What do you think, Barbara?
You know what? I have a lot of repetitive talking. I don't understand what you guys are saying because everything keeps repeating here.
Is your phone by your microphone? That's number one.
Yeah, but I'm not on my phone.
I don't care.
If your microphone is anywhere near your speakers,
get your phone away.
It'll repeat back into your.
Not that you have to throw it in a bucket of water or anything. Don't do that.
Okay.
But just move it out of the way so it's not near your speaker.
Oh.
Well, let's see.
Okay. I know your mind has been in a lot of strange places today, but now it's on the speaker.
All right, Greg.
See the turtle out there?
Hey, Brian.
Oh, look at the turtle. There's a turtle on the road. Does he know where he's going?
I sure he knows where he's going because there's a creek he just came out of. It's a soft-shelled turtle. Pretty common.
It's a soft shell?
Yes.
And he's going to lay eggs, huh?
You ought to connect with him. Talk to his spirit.
They have funny looking heads, though. They have that nose that goes way out, like it would be like the Tin Man.
Here he is.
We could bring him. You could bring him home and give him to Barbara, and Barbara could go ahead and make him into turtle soup.
I could.
No.
No, we're not. We're not. That's
wow.
I'll make some turtle soup for you.
You sure that's a soft shell? Soft
It looks
shells
like a
are inverted almost.
almost. This one does not
That looks
look
like
like
an
a soft shell.
alligator.
It's
Don't
like a
stick your
snapper.
finger in front of his face, though. Got a stick there or something you could put in front of his face and see if he'll grab it. That's always
not gonna-
exciting.
No.
Don't put your finger
I
in
don't
front
think
of
it's
him.
real exciting to irritate an animal.
I'm not talking. I'm saying it in front of him. See if it'll piss him off. See if it'll piss him off. I'm not talking. I'm saying it in front of him. See if it'll piss him off.
I hear the echo now.
I'm not talking. I'm saying it in front of him. What happened now? What happened now?
Snapping.
Barbara,
A
are you
snapping
there?
turtle.
I think we're back together
Little
again.
turtle spirit.
Wow.
Get a little
Yeah, that's
close
a
up.
That's a snapper?
snapping turtle. I can tell by the head and then the second shell. Snapping turtle. Soft shells
Yeah,
are
the way his tail looked, it looked like an alligator snapper, didn't it?
Well, we don't have
Like-
alligator snappers up here.
How dare you put me live? That's what he's saying. Like, get out of my face.
I better get paid for this. How much am I making
All I'm
for
trying
this?
to do is get to some water, lady. That's all
I
I'm
gotta go.
trying to do.
I gotta go lay some eggs.
What a busy day.
Yeah. Well, that's our outdoor segment,
Right?
and that's what's happening in the woods today. Angela's come across a beautiful turtle that she just showed us, and so our outdoor segment is now complete. Barbara, I think, is going to do a segment too, but she hasn't told everybody about which one she's going to do yet. It's her secret, so we'll wait to see what Barbara comes up with. Okay, motorcycle lady's getting ready for some hazardous racing or something.
Oh, wow.
I am not hazard. I'm on a mountain bike. Okay, I'm on a bicycle. I'm not. I
You look like
was gonna jump over
what
a
was this?
turtle.
Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome or something.
I was thinking of Evil Knievel.
Yeah, to put the turtle in your basket and take him for a ride.
No,
No
not a
way.
good idea. Not a good idea because they really start hissing a lot when you do that.
Just bring him back to the same spot about 30 minutes from now, and then he'll have a story to tell his family. Be like, I was abducted.
I was abducted.
I was abducted by some kind of vehicle that made me go
An
real
alien.
fast.
Brian's Laverty's here. Hey, Brian. George is here. Ann Dexler, he's here. Welcome, you guys.
I think that's the first time you ever said his last name right, Greg.
It was the
Ann
first time I ever said his name right.
Yeah, and Dexler. Usually we stumble all over that name.
Ann Dexler. George is a cool guy. Yes, it was a turtle, George. But I think Angela's protecting him right now. There he is. If Angela Boley, psychic artist, wasn't in the way, we'd probably see most of her shell.
There you go.
No, I can't see nothing. I see dandelions.
Yeah, you got to center him on the camera.
There he almost.
Bring
Oh,
the camera down
wow.
just a little bit.
Step back a little bit.
Like angle it down.
Yo,
Is he in there?
Yeah, he's there. There's his head.
Oh.
Ooh.
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 Yeah, I think he's irritated.
Ooh.
You might want to put him in your basket and take off.
No, their heads on some of them can come out a long way and turn around and come
He said,
back
I
at
told you I did not want to be on no podcast, lady.
See, now that Angela is now officially our nature person. She does nature parts, her
Yes.
nature segment of the radio show. Thank you very much, Angela. That was awesome job. Everybody got to see a turtle. Not too many people get to see
I'll
a
never
turtle.
forget. I'll never forget the encounter we had in El Paso.
You had a turtle, or what did you
No,
have?
I mean, we're in town. We weren't even outside of El Paso. We're driving down one of the main drags.
Yeah.
And a full-size bobcat came out into the road.
Oh, wow.
In front of the car.
Mm.
Yeah, it was so cool. I wanted to get out and pet it.
Oh, that's not a good idea.
Reggie.
You don't want to pet a bobcat, no.
No,
We got bobcats around here in our yard.
you'd be going like this after you petted them. This is all you'd have left. You'd be going, ah! You got my fingers. And then how would you be able to type on your board here? You wouldn't be.
Technology, you can talk and it'll type for you.
That's right. You out in the desert there, Reggie? George says. And who's Wendy Wu?
I'm not right now. I'm back in Wisconsin.
Who's Wendy Wu? Liz is saying hi to Wendy Wu. There's Wendy Wu, and that's that looks like another very important person who's incognito right now.
Yeah, where's everybody from?
Wendy Wu is from Australia.
Charles is from Texas.
I think Wendy's from Australia because she looks like, I can't think of her name right now. Why? You got to pardon the old age. I took only one ginkgo this morning, so I'm not firing on all 8 cylinders. I think I'm firing on about 7. But I just
You don't have nitrous?
Huh?
You don't have nitrous?
No, I don't play with it. Anne Marie Young has just showed up. Wendy Wu.
Hi, Anne Marie.
And she says, I'm a good friend of Liz's daughter. I'm from Scotland. Sorry, Wendy. It's great to meet you. I thought you were from Australia. Charles knows her. Wendy Wu must be famous. She's from Scotland.
Nice to meet you, Wendy.
That's a great country to be from.
I don't know who
Just
that
like
Anne Marie Young is, though.
Oh, I
Anne
do.
Marie Young is famous.
I know Anne Marie.
I was just kidding.
We should. Yeah. You got it, Reg?
And Bob is from Maine.
You got it? You got that?
What?
You know, that's the next move.
What?
You know, I'm not. You don't. You're not very psychic tonight.
I've been telling you guys that at the Monday meeting.
Okay.
I think I know what you mean.
Okay, then go for it.
All right.
Are we going to keep 4 or are we going to go to 6? We can go to 6, can't we? Because I want Barbara to talk a little bit. It's her turn to talk.
I look like I'm. Can you hear me okay? Because my screen over here is frozen.
No, it's not frozen.
I don't see anything. I'm frozen.
And your lips are moving, but I can't hear what you're saying. That's from a Pink Floyd record. No, I can hear you perfectly fine.
Okay.
Okay.
My picture is frozen, so I don't know what's going on. Anyway, yeah, I'm here.
You're not
I've had a
supposed
pretty
to.
quiet day today.
Quiet day?
Yeah, I tried to sit outside a little bit, but it got too hot for me. And usually it doesn't bother me, but that sun was really beating on me.
Liz wants to know how Wendy Wu's doing. She says she's definitely not famous. LOL. Yes, you are.
You are.
Wendy Wu is famous. There's two people.
Thank you, Anne
There's
Marie.
Anne Marie Young and Wendy. We had Liz last week. That would be a good start. But we want to hear more from Barbara. Barbara, keep on talking.
Well, I had 3 boxes of crystals I had to unpack today, so
Oh my God.
3 more?
Jeez.
you should have been here, Greg.
It could have been. We could have
Should have
had a
been
crystal.
here.
We could have had a crystal party.
We could have had an unboxing video like they have on the
Oh, look at this. Ooh,
There's
that's
some
really
jewelry that I
nice.
picked up.
So the one in the middle
Yeah.
is a necklace, and the two on the outside are earrings.
No, they're both all of them are necklaces. The one in the middle is blue turquoise. Or no, wait a minute. Shoot.
Wendy's has a friend
Here,
request.
Who does?
Wendy Wu has a friend request out there.
Look at all this. Good grief, Barbara. What are you going to do with all that?
I got them tagged for sale.
You're going to sell them? Are you going to take pictures of them
might.
and post them on your page?
On my
These
what?
are- we can definitely vouch for Barbara. So if you guys want to buy any jewelry, Barbara's the lady to see it, and get probably get a special deal on crystals by the pound.
Oh my gosh, yes.
It
And I
would
got
be,
tapestries coming out.
but you're going to have to pay for the postage because every box is going to probably weigh about 80 pounds. It's going to be like when the
What about
postman
these?
comes. Look at this. When the postman comes, he's going to go ahead and ask you if you got dead body parts in the box.
Yeah.
Look at
Here's
all
another
those
thing of bracelets. There we go.
Holy cow.
That's
You got
how I
any-
stay busy during the day.
Oh, there's never a dull moment at your house, is there?
No, there's not.
You go from
Nope.
there to vegetables and back again.
I know.
It's famous. That's awesome.
Eh,
Okay, let's play a
it gives me
quiz.
something.
Let's play a quiz. What is your favorite vegetable, Angela? I can't hear you. You're muted.
favorite vegetable. I'm gonna say Brussels sprouts.
Oh God. Ooh.
Ooh.
I like Brussels sprouts with lots of butter. And I have to boil them. What's Barbara making that face for?
Brussels sprouts are no.
They give you a lot of propellant.
Yes, they do.
And you're not allowed to smoke in the same room after you get done eating Brussels sprouts.
I sent a,
It could be
I sent a few,
a volatile
StreamYard.
explosion. Huh?
I sent a few StreamYard links out,
Good.
and
That's awesome.
here's one amazing lady, Miss Liz.
Hello, Liz.
Hi.
Hello.
Good to have you. We're quizzing Barbara on her favorite
Hello.
vegetable right now.
Cucumber. I like the
Cucumber.
cucumber.
Because
Yeah, I
you're
like to
thick-
take the hard German bread, slice up some cucumber on it with a little bit of butter on the bread and some red onions, thinly sliced, sprinkle them around knackwurst, sitting there.
Knackwurst.
Sometimes
Cock knackwurst.
I'll,
Yeah,
yeah,
knackwurst.
I'll
Yeah, water.
take a
Yeah,
bite of my
knackwurst.
knackwurst and all the other stuff. Oh, it's good, good, good.
Yeah, I wanted to be a German U-boat commander. Das boat. I think I could have
Das
had a
Boot.
role in that movie.
Yeah.
So, Liz, what's your favorite vegetable?
Eh?
What is your favorite vegetable?
What's the vegetables that I like?
Yes. What's your favorite?
Sweet. You call it sweet. We call it turnip. Cauliflower.
Cauliflower.
All these kind of vegetables. They're really nice, you know. To stick them in a pot.
We had to throw Brussels. Which one did we throw out? Brussels sprouts. Is that what we threw out?
Yeah.
We had to eliminate Brussels sprouts from the group, just basically for our own safety. Because if somebody would eat that, we would all probably end up on the moon. Except for the person that would be eating them, and she's on a bicycle right now, so she probably doesn't even have to pedal. What do you think about that, Liz? You think that'll work?
Good. I used to do that.
We could probably put her in her own boat and just have her sit off the back end, and she could probably go across the English Channel.
I used to. I've rode a bike myself. It was in the day. I remember.
Oh wow!
Done quite a lot of that.
How's your day today? Is your day going good?
Who's mine?
Your day, is it going good today? Is everything going good?
Yeah. It was nice and sunny today.
That's good.
Lovely and sunny.
What kind of temperatures did you have today?
Well, it's surprising for Scotland because usually rains here, you know.
Well, how warm was it?
It was quite warm.
What kind of degrees? But you guys use Celsius, right?
The whole world uses Celsius, but the USA.
We're trying to,
Barbara.
I'm just trying to figure this all out, Barb, but thanks for the idea.
I know.
So what was the temperature, Liz? Was it hot enough to
32 Celsius?
Huh?
It was awful warm here. Really, truly warm. Yeah.
Okay.
Which is quite good for us. Quite good in Scotland. So I never get any tanned or anything. I always go red, you know, because my skin's that white, you know. So
Reggie is surrounding himself tonight with women. There's all these women, and Anne Marie is in her greenhouse.
Hi, Anne Marie.
Thank you very much, Liz. And if any of you want to go ahead and just chime in. Okay, just as long as
I have something to tell Liz.
Okay, as long as we're not dealing with Brussels sprouts.
Okay. I was going to tell Liz that when I was a little girl at our church, we had a preacher from Scotland, Reverend Patterson, and he married my sister and her husband. And my brother-in-law to this day swears he doesn't know if they're married or not because he couldn't understand a word the man was saying. He had such a strong Scottish brogue.
Oh, wow.
I enjoy talking to Liz. That's interesting. It's interesting and informative
John and
too.
Elizabeth Patterson was the name. Back in the 1950s.
Mm.
I'm going to have to study up on my Scottish accent. We'll get it going pretty soon here. So, who else do we have in here that has showed up and graced Reggie's page? And I'm just a co-host, so all I do is I talk about everything like this. And it's Anne Marie Young has finally made it to the page. How are you, Anne Marie?
Yep, and I'm just sending out the invites.
Can you hear us?
I'm in my garden.
You're in your garden.
Y'all talking about vegetables. I got
Yes.
zucchini.
Yes, that's awesome.
Anybody need any lettuce?
Yes,
I
have
got lots of lettuce. All kinds of carrots and onion and cucumber. Oh yeah, potatoes, tomatoes, cabbage.
So you're gonna
I've
have
already eaten my celery, and I've already eaten all kinds of zucchini and lettuce. I can't even eat enough of it. Every time I pluck some to eat, the next day it doubles in size.
So are you going to be able to put one of those remember the old fruit crates the kids had back in the day? Can you put a fruit crate down by the street and sell your vegetables?
No, I know. I got 2 neighbors I give stuff to. Plus, I've got 3 kids that live in the area. So they don't have to buy anything. They just come to my house and pick it and eat it.
That's really good. Do you sell your vegetables, Liz, or do you eat all of them?
The vegetables.
Yeah.
I just eat them.
So
I don't grow them right enough. I don't.
So nobody here is growing enough of them to sell them then. Barbara,
I used to. My husband and I used to. We had a huge garden, and we just built a stand and put it down by the road, and we had our vegetables sitting on there with a little box, and if they wanted to leave us money, they could. If not, just take what you wanted.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
That's pretty much what I do. I got a couple neighbors that'll text me every once in a while, ask me. I'll be like, yep, come get it.
Yeah.
That's wonderful that you do it that way too. That's great. Because the neighbors all remember you, except if you're doing like me and it's garlic. It's
yeah.
Some people want it and other people are doing this when they see it.
Like, yeah. All the vampires moved away from your neighborhood, I assume.
No, they're still here.
I don't have any garlic. I might have to go get some.
All the vegetables that I eat, they're whatever comes on the tacos or the pizza I order.
Right to the top, Reg. You went right to the top. Everybody else, nobody had a chance on that one. You topped everybody.
My brother had walleye tacos today.
Walleye tacos, fish
There's
tacos.
Only a couple of vegetables that I can't stand, like hominy.
That's grits.
Oh, I used to use hominy all the time with my green beans.
Isn't that like grits?
Fried okra? No, thank you.
Oh, yum.
Oh.
Nope. I haven't met a veggie I won't eat except for horseradish. It does something to me.
You can see Anne Marie's in Virginia now, so you can't say anything like that if you're from Virginia.
Now I'll take spinach, asparagus, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, corn. I
had some beautiful looking heads of broccoli that I grew. And I brought them into the house, and they were like this big. And I brought them into the house, and I was going to chop them up, but I decided to steam them that way. And when I went to put them into the steamer, into the whatever that thing's called, it starts with a C. What is it?
Colander.
Yeah,
A colander.
a colander.
Colander?
Okay, colander. I was going to put it in the colander, and then I looked down the countertop, and I had a little green friend that was crawling across the counter. And then I thought, eek. And I went ahead and I started looking closer and I decided that I better go ahead and split it up and take care of all the little friends before I put them in the colander. So I didn't want them harmed, and I wanted to take them back outside and put them in my neighbor's garden.
You guys compete?
I got caught.
Competing for the best garden? Is that what it is?
I got caught. Oh. Mr. Koss, what are you doing over by my garden? Nothing.
He's bringing some friends.
There's no reason to keep them all myself. I should share, just like you share your vegetables. You can share your little friends with them. Anne Marie, do you have any little friends on your vegetables every once in a while?
Every year the broccoli always has a few worms in it. You just rinse it out and they all come out and they don't bother nothing, a little extra protein.
If you hold them between the two fingers and you just bite them just right, they pop. It's really neat.
You know, I was thinking about eating something after tonight's show, but I'm not so sure now.
Yeah.
You always wash your vegetables. I always wash my vegetables. Always clean them and everything before we even eat them, you know.
Yeah, that's great.
Little worms.
They're what? They're worms.
I froze.
Those aren't worms. Those are little caterpillars, aren't they? They got little legs. They go up and down and they crawl, right? Don't they crawl up and down? No?
Who are you talking to, Greg?
Anybody that would answer. I just like, what, did my volume go off or something?
I'm looking around and nobody's responding to you. So
I bring up green worms and I'm suddenly banished to the pointless forest.
Well, Greg, if you eat those green worms, after about 6 hours, they turn into pinworms. You know what pinworms are, don't you?
You're just trying to scare me.
So, what time is it over in America just now? Because I see during the
it's almost 8 o'clock.
7:51.
8 p.m.
And we're at 7 o'clock here. You see, they can't get it right. There's all sorts of different times all the way across.
You're an hour behind us.
I'm coming up for 10 to 1 in the morning.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
You better hit the hay. Right?
I think I'll go shortly, and I will talk to you all later.
Okay.
Enjoy your day. It looks beautiful, lovely and sunny. And it's nice and dark over here.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you very much, Liz.
We love you, Liz.
We love you.
Okay, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Very well.
Bye.
Love you.
That was great.
My battery's dying. I gotta go plug in.
I think you're in a coffee can right now, Anne Marie. The way you're talking.
I just got the warning on my battery.
I think it's muffled a little bit.
Man, Angela, how far away from home are you?
think she's in Michigan now.
Actually, this trail I'm on is reclaimed railroad trail. I think the railroad dates back to the Civil War, and it's 7 miles. The reclaimed part, the paved part, 7 miles, but it continues in either direction for quite a way. So it's got quite a bit of history. I did see an apparition on the trail before.
That was really the
It's not the
setup,
Wabash
Anne-Marie.
Cannonball, is it?
No, what I saw when I was riding the trail, I saw a big blue glowing orb. It was kind of fuzzy on the outside, but it was glowing, and it just crossed the trail. And it was about as big as a car. And then it got the other side and disappeared, and I was fairly close to it. I went up to the spot with my bicycle and didn't see any evidence of anything crossing any of it.
I don't know if you should have got that close to it. Maybe it would have abducted you.
I don't know. I just got the impression of a woman in a dress that was running across the railroad tracks. And that's the impression I got. But it looked like a big blue.
If she was bigger than a car, she's a pretty big lady.
Well, I was in the big dress. You think of a big hoop dress. Like, I won't say a bit more bigger than a car, but it kind of looked car size because how big and round the light was.
Well, you know how we sort of think as men is they're easier to catch.
The light was big, but I'm sure the woman was normal size. In my vision, she was normal size, but just had a big blue dress on, and she just emitted a big blue light. So it just like a big light.
That's like filling out the application. Say how fast you run the 40-yard dash.
And the thing was, it's like it was in broad daylight when I saw this. It wasn't like at night when you could see the glow. It was glowing in broad daylight.
Did it have NBC on the side of it?
No.
Aren't their colors blue?
I think.
Or is that ABC?
This is a light blue, sort of like a light baby blue, and then I just had the sense of when I got to the air, like a sense of panic, like she was trying to reach somebody, and she ran across the railroad track and disappeared. So here's another trestle I'm coming across.
Holy cow.
And then there's this crosses creeks and farmland, but it's neat how they reclaimed it and they paved the 7 mile long trail. And then
that's pretty awesome. Where did Anne-Marie go?
Oh,
She's there.
no, she disappeared.
Oh, now she's gone.
Anne-Marie, where are you?
So you guys want to hear how clear this sounds now? I got a couple new toys for the desk.
Oh yes, let's hear.
Okay.
I want to hear this.
Oh, you ready, Barbara?
I got
there
a couple.
She is.
Couple.
Where did you go?
And
Wi-Fi all of a sudden came on. My Wi-Fi's messed up.
Did you put that aluminum ski cap on that I told you about with the antenna on top of your head? No.
I live between two bases, and a lot of times they mess with our reception.
Oh. It's awesome having you, and your garden looks fantastic.
Yes, it does.
Thank you.
That's really beautiful.
In March.
And they have that, shelter over it. That looks like a great idea. How well do you have that anchored to the ground?
Oh. Yeah, she's having trouble.
We were just getting right into the meat and potatoes on the dialogue. Too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Anthony's here.
Hey, Anthony.
I sent you a link, Anthony.
Yeah, why aren't you here? So you must have some aliens over the top of your house, Anne Marie. Now maybe she's getting abducted. Oh, she's not abducted. She's still with us. Good.
Oh, yes, she is. She's gone now. Look at.
No way, she's here. I have her in front of me.
There she is. I think I have a video delay.
That's awesome. It's how many times does anybody have three lovely ladies on the screen at one time? Even though one of them thinks she's a motorcycle policeman. The only thing is missing is that little light in the back, that little yellow light that goes ding, 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 ding. What are we eating out of the can tonight, Barbara?
Ooh.
I thought it sounded like you were eating out of a tin can.
Actually, I'm scraping the peanut butter out of my jar. And I'm putting it on my bagel.
Is it what?
My bagel thin.
Is it crunchy peanut butter?
No,
What is wrong?
I'm too old for that.
Do you?
You said you got some new toys with you?
Huh?
Just what?
I think Angela just asked Reggie a question.
What's that?
Yeah, you just said you got some new toys. What'd you get?
Oh, here, let me show you. I made it to where I've got 3 mic booms attached to the desk now. One for my AVP recorder, one for my voice, and then I've got one that came with a cell phone holder, and it holds the X1 speaker perfectly to where I can put the mic right up to it. So here, let me show you.
So if you wanted to do a movie, he's perfect for air traffic control.
And they're talking too. Now watch, I'll turn them up and they'll be as loud as I am.
Hey, Jeffrey, you want to come through tonight?
Hi, everybody. Yep, it's me. Hi. I love you.
Thanks for stopping by, Anne Marie. I know your Wi-Fi and mobile data isn't working, so it's great to have you on. It's always a pleasure to see you. We love you. Just like we love everybody else.
Can you guys hear that?
No.
Yeah, I hear it.
Does it sound pretty clear?
Do you hear it, Barbara?
No, it's very, very far away.
Did you turn your volume up? No, that's no good.
Yeah.
That's no good. You got to get the crunchy.
Hi.
I'm too old for crunchy.
That's a myth.
How many are here with me right now?
It's a myth, Barbara.
Okay. I'll get the crunchy the next time then.
There you go. That's a mighty fine eating when you get into the crunchy. Ask Angela. Angela eats crunchy peanut butter too, I bet.
These guys are trying to talk to you guys,
and Greg won't shut up. Hi, everybody. How are you guys?
Is Jerry out there today?
Trying to talk?
Jerry, are you out there tonight?
Big what?
Yes. Did he say yes?
Good night, Charles. Great having you. We'll see you around.
Hi. What's your name?
And there's 4 now. We're waiting for the 5th one, Anthony. You can come up with your own topic. That would be great. And we'll listen to Reggie for a few minutes. Whoa. That was pretty interesting. I think Angela fell off her bike.
Hi.
Good thing she had that helmet
How
on.
many are here with me right now?
Yeah.
6?
That's it.
Is anybody here from the cemetery?
Yeah.
Did you say Ann?
Bob says that Angela's in South Dakota now. If it was in South Dakota, she'd have Indian arrows all around her and stuff. They'd probably be surrounding her right now and getting ready to throw her in the teepee. She'd probably run into the horns, and then she'd run into my shaman, Brandon Cooper. She'd end up in a sweat lodge. Mary Lynn Bass is here. Hey, Mary Lynn. Great to have you.
Yeah, they're just talking up a storm.
Oh.
Reggie is scary out there tonight.
Hi, Mary Lynn.
Here's something. I'll show something here.
Watch out for you. Is that what you said?
This is one of mine from Mary Lynn. And up above, you can see see the faces. And then if you look on the top, look at all the ones on top.
Oh my
I'm sorry,
gosh.
I'm sorry, I'm shaking a little bit. But I just wanted to show that because this is really, really beautiful. Yes, it is. You hear the spirit say that it was very beautiful.
Yes.
If you'd like to come on.
That's one of mine. I got 2 of them. Very beautiful. And thank you very much, Mary Lynn.
I sent Mary Lynn a request if she wants to come on, or a link, that is.
That'd be great. Here's one that's pretty unbelievable when you really look at it. Look at the guy up in the upper right hand side. See the one with the alien head like?
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And you see the face down in the lower right? Almost looks like Planet of the Apes.
Uh-huh.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
What do you think, Reggie?
Tremendous.
What do you think, Reg?
I like it. I'm
She does amazing work
because of the white noise.
I think it sounds really good, Reggie.
Right, but what I'm saying is I can't really hear what you're saying because the white noise is so loud in the living room.
Where did Angela go? There she is.
I'm here.
Okay, don't disappear on us like that. We don't know what happened to you. You could have been apprehended. You could have been abducted. Could have been an alien spacecraft could have came down and took you away.
Actually, I'm coming up with some swamp. I could have just disappeared in the swamp. We
don't want that to happen.
I need to step off for a little bit, but I'm going to come back.
Okay.
I don't know how to get out of this.
We're here till 8:00.
Yeah, all you have to do is just go back to the Facebook message and click on the link again. It'll bring you right back in.
If you go like this, you take your hand, you go around like this, and you go, and then you go, boom, like that, and then you disappear. It's magic.
Okay. I'll try that.
You got to go ahead and hit the button at the same time. Otherwise, it doesn't work.
I can't. There isn't a button for me to hit.
It's the red button.
I just hit the X.
Now, if you put your cursor over your picture at the bottom, you can remove yourself if you want to.
You see where it says leave the studio?
I don't have that anymore like I used to.
What happened to it?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know what.
Did you pay your fee?
Yes, I did. Hold on.
I'm just making it up.
Do you want me to take you off of there?
See, George says click your heels 3 times. You'd be back in Kansas.
Yes, Reggie, can you drop me out and I'll come back?
Okay. Yeah, if
I take
you out of StreamYard, then all you gotta do is re-click on that link again, okay?
Ready?
Okay.
1,
Love
2,
you guys.
3, poof. See how that worked?
Now she can still hear us, but we can't hear her. So she can talk all she wants about you, Greg, and you're not going to hear what Barbara's saying.
Oh boy.
There's a raccoon up here.
There's who?
Raccoon just ran into the woods here. I don't know what he was.
A raccoon?
Mm-hmm. We're just out here getting some dirt. I'm at the swamp.
I know that you can hear me, Barbara, but we can't hear you. And so if you want to, if you have to leave your desk or do whatever you got to do, go ahead. And when I see you sit back down, I'll bring you back in. I mean,
where did our man Anthony go?
He said he's in New Mexico.
He doesn't want to come on?
He's in New Mexico.
What does that mean?
That means he's not in Texas.
Another turtle.
Another turtle.
He's a truck driver.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's not in Texas at the moment.
Oh, wow. There you go. That's another one, the same kind.
Is that the same one?
No, it's a different one. Otherwise, he would really be moving. He'd have to have longer legs. Right?
Yeah. It's a big snap.
Yeah, that's a bigger one. We used to have one that we used to play around with on the lake that we grew up on. And I took a broomstick and I was poking at him. And he came out of his shell on one head and snapped the broomstick in half. And then everybody ran away. I didn't. I stood right there and yelled at him. Now my mom's going to be mad because you broke her broomstick. Somebody just laughed. I wonder who that was.
That would be me.
Where's Angela go?
Well, you see the turtle here, right? Do you see the turtle?
Yeah. Can't you feed him or anything? Don't you have a Italian beef sandwich or something to give to him?
I do not. She's gonna
Oh.
stare at
He's got some good pondweed, duckweed on top of him, though. He
Yeah,
just
he
came.
does.
He just came out of the water. It looks like.
Yep, and was digging in the ground here as I come up on him.
Oh, was he?
Yep.
Well, you better probably best to leave him alone so she can lay her eggs, huh?
Hopefully, it's a she laying eggs. Could be just a male just getting comfortable for the evening. I don't know. But yeah,
She probably needs some privacy if she's going to start dropping eggs.
probably.
I need you to do me a favor, Angela.
Yeah.
I want you to find me a Bigfoot.
Well, the area that I'm in right now, I'm in the city, so it's not going to have as much Bigfoot chances as I am at the top.
About the biggest foot that she's going to find is the one that's on that turtle that's sitting down there.
The one, this is what they call grassland country, so it's like our version of Bigfoot because Bigfoot has a longer coat, they have long hair, as opposed to thick hair. And there's been spotted around where I live, and there's a silvery one that supposedly lives around here, and there's one that's, I guess, dark color. Back the park, Salt Fork, where I live, has a area they call Bigfoot Ridge in the park, and we have a little stack. Yeah, supposedly it's been spotted. A place where we hunt, or it was there's a place around the lake that's swampy, and it switches from swamp to woods to pine, and supposedly Bigfoot was spotted there by a bow hunter.
Wow.
We haven't seen anything ourselves.
Have you ever given them any of those things like apples and stuff like that? They supposedly like them.
Well, there's an apple orchard right behind our house. When it used to be farmland, there's an grove of apples that's been it's been abandoned there, but it's apples every year, so we don't have to put any out. There's plenty of apple trees and acorns, which I know they'd probably like white oak acorns.
It's like
plenty of wild berries, blueberries, blackberries, lambs quarters out here. That's a good thing to eat out here.
You got a lot of hickories out there too, or not?
Yes, a lot of hickory.
There's some good nuts on a hickory tree.
Oh my gosh, we got forests full of hickories, and especially there's a lot of shag hickory too around
really?
here.
You mean a big bark?
Right, the big bark, the shag hickory. It kind of looks like it's shaved. That kind of bark.
Yeah.
Then there's a lot of walnut here, black walnut and black cherry trees. There's a lot of food around here for a Bigfoot if they were living here. In fact, we've had some bear here. I found evidence of bear.
Well, if they don't have enough food there, didn't you give them an invite to your house?
I better not. Better not help.
I thought you put an ad in the paper and said if they need some food, and that way you get a good picture of them. Share it with the press. This is really crazy. This is a crazy show tonight, isn't it, Angela?
Yeah, this is Coal Ridge Park over here. There's all the trails that they cut through the swamp. And there's a little pond in the back, a little fishing pond in the back, but there's trails that they cut through the woods. I mean, it's not fun to take a mountain bike back there. Because I see a lot of poison sumac back there. That's the last thing I want to run into is poison sumac. I'd rather run to poison ivy than sumac.
Yeah, poison sumac's bad.
Oh my goodness! I've had it so bad my eyes were swelled shut.
Are you allergic to it too?
I'm very allergic to sumac, far more than poison ivy. I mean, sumac, poison ivy, it'll bother me, but it'll come and go. But when I had it so bad, I had blisters from head to my toe and had my eyes swell shut, and they had to go to the doctor and they had to give me steroids and try and get rid of it.
So that the next time you went out there, you wore clothes, right?
I don't have to. I just barely brushed my hand against.
You were running around in the woods naked, and you got ran into the sumac.
No, what I was doing, I was scouting for deer. And
oh, okay. So then you had your camouflage clothes on, right?
I was head to toe. And the thing, I brushed my palm of my hand against the sumac, and I broke out everywhere.
Oh God.
Yeah. So I must have had something. Maybe I had an open wound or something on my hand and got into my blood and went everywhere. But it was bad. I remember it was really bad.
You know the green stuff. The green stuff that comes out of the trees that falls to the ground. Yes. You know, I can't think of the name of it right now. We're pollen. Yeah. All the pollen was falling. I had some on top of our picnic table in the backyard, and I had a tray that had some plants in it, and I moved it, and I was going to clean the surface of the picnic table, and I cleaned it, but there was a ridge of this yellow stuff that went around where the tray was. So I put the hose down, I took my hands, and it was wet, and I was trying to really get it up off the table with both of my hands, the palms of my hands. And an hour and a half later, when I took my shower and I came out of the shower, my hands, it felt like I had gotten bit on both hands by a bee. My hands were just itchy as all get out. And I had to use some of that cortisone, whatever it is, cream on my hands to get it to stop. That's the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
Looking around for deer at this part, because there's usually a doe. She usually has her fawns in this area. Usually a fawn will come out by now and walk across the path, just looking around for her. She usually keeps a fawn or two in this area. She may not have had her fawn yet, and maybe a little bit early. They should have started having their fawns about now. That's when they start being born, May and June. A beautiful swamp out here. And when later on in this year, that swamp will be completely covered with hibiscus flowers of all colors, like yellow, red, white, and there'll be also lilies, pond lilies. And it's just so beautiful. It's extremely beautiful. One of these days, you'll have to do this when this whole swamp just blooms, and it's just crazy when it blooms.
We can do a whole segment on Angela's adventures.
Yeah, there's even a haunted property that behind our property that's on the state side, that's on inside the park. And that's where my mother saw an apparition of a family out in the open. That's where I saw a shadow person. We've taken people that knew nothing about it out that part of the woods, deer hunting, and they have had whispers right next to their ear when they're up in the tree stand.
Wow.
So we call it the Haunted Acres, and it's there's more of that swamp. It's beautiful, but they this area we call the Haunted Acres. We found a bed frame out there, a brass bed frame, and you can see the remnants of the gate that they had for the house, and wow. You see the pipe that stuck out. It's a clay. They had clay pipes. There's also a section just behind our house where that belonged to the Bell family. I've seen orbs out there. The Bell family house has a full foundation. They had a well. They have like a root cellar. The root cellar has its own. That section has its own well, and just right behind the property. I mean, it's a straight walk back to the public property. You see that there, and it's a really awesome place to be. Because this used to be all this property, all the park used to be all private land, and then the state came in and bought all these people's land. And then when the Bells had that place, they last had that house, the property behind us, back in the 1950s. Then the state took it up, And last time I heard, this was back in the early 2000s. Mrs. Bell was still living, and she was in a nursing home, so I'm sure she's since passed. But you can go to parts of this park that they flooded, and they built the lake, and there's little inlets, little aisles, and you can walk on some of those places, and you'll see a sign in the middle of the woods that says slow 25 miles an hour. You also see a road that disappears into a lake. There are graves in the lake because there's the Kennedy Cemetery and the Kennedy House. And that little cemetery, it has also a variety of people in there, but part of the lake flooded part of the cemetery, is my understanding. So part of the graves are under the water. There, quite a bit of farmland. And if you take a fish finder over the lake, you'll see at one point we found an old farm silo under the water. Found the foundation of it. Here's some more swamp.
Wow.
Really beautiful. But yeah, it's quite interesting, especially when you see the road disappear into the water and the guardrails are still there. And that's when it was, I think that road was called Salt Fork Road. And there was Sugar Tree Road as well. But it's, obviously closed if they built the lake. It runs into the lake. But it's the shallow end of the lake, and you get some pretty good fishing on that end of the lake, where the road used to go into the lake. And there's also it's in the park. Of course, that was a private farm before it became parkland. And the state park, still maintains the foundations of that property. That's where, in fact, I've talked to old timers here. That's where a lot of the women around here who are in their 80s and 90s would catch the school bus when they were little girls.
Wow.
Yeah. They would tell us they got down at Gibson Farmers. They'd come to the end of the driveway and the school bus would come pick them up. And that's a campground now for the park.
Bob said scary music kicks in.
But that's where the Bigfoot Ridge is where Gibson Farm is, and where the old foundations are for inside the park. There's more. There's a place called Hazak's Cave. It's just a big horseshoe cave, shaped cave. And quite a few people have passed away because they climbed to the top of the cave rather than going on the inside and fall on the slippery rocks and fall down below.
Do I got to add scary music?
That's scary music. Another railroad train. Beautiful.
At the end of our tour, we'll have a little basket down in the corner. You can throw tips in there for Angela on her tour for tourists.
I'm adding some scary music to the background.
That's not scary music. That's not scary music at all.
That's scary.
What is this? You gotta get basically take the candles, right?
Some Alice Cooper or something like that.
That's scary music.
It is not scary. That one wasn't scary.
That was scary.
Wow.
Anne Marie Young says, Angela Boley, are you on an electric bike, or are you pedaling, or just walking?
I am pedaling on my mountain bike.
She says, I'd be so out of breath.
I do about 14 miles a day on my bike, and then usually after I do CrossFit, so we'll run a mile and do I think the other night we did 50 sit-ups a set, or 30, it was 40, 30, 20, 15 each set, and we did 2 sets. We did, what else did we do? We did 100 jump ropes each set, and then some people were doing double unders. And then I also did overhead. We did a complex where we did an overhead, a push jerk, and a split jerk, which is interesting. And then I'll go and do something like this. And there's some really intense work in line by biking 20 miles or 15 miles actually.
Man. Yeah, I don't ever exercise, but my job is so physical. Going in and out of those machines, I walk probably 5 miles a day.
Yeah, you probably
Going back
do.
and forth.
But I've walked, gone back to doing CrossFit. None of my pants fit me anymore. All my clothes are too big now. As of 2 days ago, all that fits me are shorts and t-shirts right now.
Well, it's a good time to wear them, right?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. But yeah,
Can you wear shorts to your job?
Yeah, because I work from home. I work remote, so I don't have to. I don't go into an office.
That's awesome.
Yeah, if I'm at the state park, I can after work I can go fishing if I want, or I just usually go to do CrossFit after work, and I bike.
I wish I could do my job remotely.
That would be great, wouldn't it?
I'd have to fix the machines with telekinesis in order to do that. That would be awesome. You know, in that Spider-Man or whatever, that one movie where the guy had all the arms coming out of his back.
It was a spider? It was a spider?
It was like Octo something. It was Octo.
Yeah. And he
like an
had
octopus.
all those arms coming out. I was told by Brock at work that China actually invented one of those that you can control with your mind. You put it on and the arms work.
Yeah, but it would only last about a month and a half, and then it would break.
You didn't know what you're doing with it.
I'm just saying if it's made in China. George says, Angela, you must have lived in that area for a long time.
Well, I lived in Ohio, or I live in Salt Fork. Well, I kind of did. I haven't lived here full time for a long time, but I've been vacationing here every year since my parents have been taking me here since I was a toddler, maybe a year or two old. And we've been coming here for vacation a lot. And then my parents bought property here with the cabin, and we added on to it back in 1999. But I know the area really well and the history rather well here. I talked to all the people that lived in some of the properties that the park bought when the state bought, I should say, when the state used eminent domain and to take these people's properties and make the park. They give people money for their properties, and some of them people were mad about it because they didn't feel like they got enough. But yeah, the golf course, the Salt Fork Golf Course, was my neighbor's property in 2000, but that was his original property. He inherited. Him and his brother worked in the logging industry, and he bought that property. It's a beautiful property over in Salt Fork. The state took it and didn't give him very much for that property, and then he moved it to the place across the street from us, which is and it's still a nice property over there. It's got plenty of land, but he was quite upset with the state because he didn't give. Most of the people didn't feel like they got a fair share when the state came and took their property back then. This back in the 50s.
That's no good.
Now, this officially became a park in 19. Let me think. I think it was like 1976. I think was it 76, 77, somewhere in there.
Bicentennial?
Yeah, it may have been that. I just know this about the time when the park opened. And we have a nice beach, and the lake is supposed to have the longest shoreline in Ohio because we only get half the lake area, the other half from Canada. The lake is shaped like a giant horseshoe, and each ring of the horseshoe has little inlets, and you have these little coves that you can just park your boat in and go fishing and swimming in, and you just have a little bit of privacy on these little coves.
That's
Yeah,
fantastic.
oh, it's fantastic. And you have your people bring their house. They used to rent houseboats out here. That was amazing. They come out in a houseboat and just stay in the lake for a few days. It was really great. And they rent pontoon boats and jet skis and things like that. But we have our own pontoon boat. It's a little one. It only sits like 3 or 4 people, and it's got a live well. So makes it very nice.
Wow.
Plus, there's a big lodge. The lodge is quite nice too.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of history. Yeah, we've been coming here for quite some time, and I know it well enough. There was an episode of Monster Quest they did at Salt Fork, and I'm like, Dad, I know exactly what area of the woods. They just went to the front of the park and they just walked off the woods like 10 feet off the trail, and then said they didn't find Bigfoot and went home. then they went to another part of the park that had around where Hosaks. It's on the other side of the hillside where Hosaks was, and they walked around the woods a little bit there. And then, but they still didn't do much exploring. There's a big trail back there that will take you all the way back around Hosaks. I think it's about 5 or 6 miles, something like that. If you walk the whole hillside, like if you were walked all the way around and back, like a full circle. But they also did a drone footage. They launched it from the cabins. They launched this drone, and they got a heat signature from a tree out there at Salt Fork, and we think it was an owl. We kind of know the area really well, but I recognize every piece of patch everywhere they went in Salt Fork, and they were taking film. It's like I know exactly which part of the park, where part of the woods they were, and how far off the trail they were. That's how well I know this land. It's about, I think it's about 6,000 acres out here.
That's a pretty good sized piece of land.
Have a good night, Bob.
Good night, Bob.
I really like this property up here. It's just so nice. This park.
Oh, you got your bike put away already?
Yep, it's sitting there in the back.
How'd you do that?
Oh, I have a hatchback. I just slide it in the back. You sit down, slide it in.
This lady does
right out there from home.
This lady does everything herself. That's fantastic.
And yeah, I drove out here from the house because I have to get to this park. I have to drive from the house down 77 and then take the Kingdom exit and then go in the park. This is called the Great Guernsey Trail, and this railroad, reclaimed railroad, goes quite a few miles. It goes all the way. I think it goes all the way down to Barnesville, and I don't know what the other direction, how far that goes, but they're trying to reclaim the whole thing, so you'd have this giant bike trail. But it took years to get the 7 miles.
Okay, so how far are you from Madison Seminary and Mansfield Correctional?
Oh, that's about, I think it's about 115 or 120 miles from me. Mansfield is
north of you?
Directly north. So yeah, directly north is from my place. It would be about, I drove up towards Cleveland area, and it takes about an hour and a half, 2 hours sometimes, depending on which part of the state you're going to.
So if you were to go west from where you live, mm-hmm. Where would you end up in Indiana?
That I'm not 100% sure, but when I go to Indiana, though, I usually just take 270 to 70 and then go towards Fort Wayne.
Have you talked to Devin Evans?
Not recently, no.
because she met us. We did the Rhodes Hotel in Atlanta, Indiana.
Yeah, so she lives in Columbus. So she lives an hour and 45 minutes south of me, like southwest. And I'm northeast Ohio where I live.
Check it out and see how many hours you're away from the roads.
The Rhodes Hotel.
Yeah.
I have to switch. I'd have to get out of here and look, but I'm sure it's quite a while.
Just, not tonight. Just take, it's just something I'm curious about.
I can look that up.
That way you'd have a good idea, because I can't remember what Devin had said when she had come out to the roads. George just asked, Angela, what part of the state are you in?
I'm in eastern Ohio. Some might consider it southeast, but it's just really very, very east. So Cambridge and where 70 and 77 cross each other is the easiest way for people to understand it. Those two highways, there's two major freeways, 70 and 77, and they cross each other. So directly, if I keep going, take 22 and keep going east, and I'd run into East Liverpool, which is the furthest edge of Ohio, and that will cross over. If you go into Pennsylvania, go a little bit south of East Liverpool, you end up in West Virginia. So, and then you have Youngstown, that area. But I'm east, and I think I'm less than about an hour from the Bel Air House.
Okay.
The Bel Air House is really, it's just literally literally in the same way where I used to live, as far as the highway there.
Is it the same 70 that goes through St. Louis?
No, I don't know if that's the same one or not.
I used to live off of I-70 in Missouri.
Oh, I don't know if it goes that far. It may go. I think it is an international road, like Highway 70.
Huh.
I think it is. So it may be the same one. But yeah, Norfolk is really awesome. It's so fun to be here, and they have horseback riding, and they have all sorts of activities up here, and
Linda Kruger's here with us.
Yeah, I was just going to say hi to her if no one did yet. Hello, Miss Linda.
She says she came in the back door. What does that mean?
Property I live on, it does walk up out of my yard, across the private property. I'm into the state park in the public.
We're not hearing you very well, Angela.
You can walk for days if you want to hike. And there's a cave out that direction that probably fits 40 or 50 people in it. And it's round, and it has a dome at the top with the opening at the top.
Can you hear me?
Almost like a little
Angela?
railing, but it's not really a railing. It's a formation of rock. It forms like a railing, and you could build a fire on top of it and then stay warm in your cave and have the smoke vent out the top of it like a perfect igloo, like a natural igloo, only it's rock. Really cool.
Can you hear me, Angela?
I would think if there was a Bigfoot around here, I would think we'd hang out in the caves. Plus, there's a lot of root cellars that are out here that when the property was farmland and were abandoned, that somebody could just walk in and take shelter. You would never know they were there. There's been deer that's done that, and there's some stories of where did that deer go? And then the hunter finds there's a root cellar, and the deer just walked into it and laid down. Like, how did that deer disappear on that hillside? Oh, this root cellar just put into it.
Angela, can you hear me?
It's a lot of wildlife.
I don't think she can hear me.
All the variety of
Angela, Can you hear Reggie?
Yeah, she's all kinds of muffled, and on my end, I can't hear what she's saying.
Yeah. Angela. She's not picking up.
She's talking to us right now, and she's not hearing us.
They drop in from the Upper Peninsula of Michigan and end up here.
Angela.
And otters. We have otters. There's a family of otters that lives in that swamp I just showed you.
Angela, can you hear us?
There's otters around the lake too.
I don't think she can hear us.
Can you hear us?
Can you hear us?
No.
Angela?
We can't hear you.
We can't. She can't hear us either. Angela? Can you hear us? I don't think she can hear us. Can you hear me, Greg?
Yeah, I can hear you plain as day.
Oh, okay.
I think everybody in the room can too. Can you hear Angela?
I can hear her if I listen real close.
No, I'm saying in the comments section. She Len says I can understand what she's saying here.
Yeah, you gotta listen real close. It's muffled.
Look at the comments.
There's one building I used to work in that used to be I think it was a blacksmith shop before, and then it switched to a merchant store, some kind of like a clothing store.
I don't. She just doesn't realize it, Greg. She's describing the area and everything.
Anthony says he'll be on in about a half hour now.
Bought it and restored the building.
So
what with Howard?
I don't know. Are you going on, Howard? Are you going to go on Len's show? Len Dorman's here. He just came in. He says he can hear all three of us. Can you hear us, Angela? Angela.
She can't hear us, Greg. I'm telling you, there's something on her end that's either muted or something.
Maybe she's being abducted.
I think we're muted on her end. I'm surprised she hasn't realized that we're not talking.
She was talking right along there for a while.
Yeah, and she can't. Can you hear us? Yeah, she's not even acknowledging.
Angela. Angela, we can't hear you. We can't hear you. Can't hear you. Are you muted?
I think she's kind of looking now.
She just muted herself.
Oh.
Can you hear us now?
She can't hear us.
Maybe she's out of range.
No, I don't know why she muted herself.
Put a comment on the page.
I don't think she can see the comments.
No, she can't. Well, I think we're the only ones.
She's on a phone, so the comments aren't really going to be out there.
Right.
And so.
Does anybody have a can of spray paint and they could jump through the screen and go ahead and spray paint her window? Say we can't hear her. Linda Judd, that's your project for the evening. As long as you brought it up, we'll have you spray paint her windshield. Reggie's thinking of something. She's enjoying her drive. Thank you, Linda, by the way, Miss Linda Judd.
Hey, my battery's running low. I gotta say bye.
Okay, bye-bye. We'll see you.
Oh, is she leaving?
Yep, she's gone. She's gone. Who do you want to bring in for 10 minutes?
I sent all kinds of invites.
Well, send one to Len.
I got to find his name. I haven't messaged him in months. We haven't messaged each other.
He's right here in the comment.
Okay.
Can you use the comment just to have him up so we can talk about later on tonight? That would be nice. And then some of these other people will have an opportunity to go ahead and see Len's show. We're trying to get you on, Len.
I'm looking. I gotta go all the way down my comments here or my messages. And
He says, "Let me get on my studio computer." We've got like 10 minutes left.
yeah, I'm looking here. Oh man, it's been a while.
Christmas. I bet you it was Christmas when we went on together. And you stayed and I left. Remember that night? And you were up with them till like 3 o'clock in the morning or something.
Yeah, I'm looking here.
You are in charge of your TV set. There is nothing wrong with your vertical hold. Do not attempt to adjust your vertical hold. Did you get him?
Yeah. Yep, I found him.
Good.
Send him a link. Oh yeah.
We can stay over a few minutes, can't we? Or is Chris and Kristen coming on tonight? I never saw them. Maybe they're
I
not.
haven't heard anything offhand.
Len Dorman's show is on later on tonight, and he is part of what's the network again?
Isn't it like? Oh man, it's been so long.
Hopefully,
Paranormal or something.
Yeah.
Like that.
Country Fried Paranormal. George, if you hang around, we'll talk about it, and we'll have him put his link on, even if we go a few minutes over, because I don't know if Chris and Kristen are coming on tonight. I should have messaged them.
Yeah, I sent him a link. There he is.
Okay, cool.
There he is.
Mr. Len Dorman, how are you?
I'm all right. How are y'all?
You sound like you're a little backlogged there.
Yes, I'm downloading on the show I just recorded with Amelia Cotter.
Okay. How's she doing?
She's doing just fine. She told me to tell you hello, Craig.
Sure. Thank you. She's a wonderful lady. I know if you could post something tonight.
Yes, she is.
If you could post something tonight about your show, you're on Southern Fried Paranormal, right? or country fried?
That's correct.
That's paranormal.
Southern Fried Paranormal.
Southern Fried Paranormal. So everybody, if you go ahead, you got to go to that. And Len, you got
Right.
your address there that they could have?
The easiest way to watch the show is go to my YouTube page, which is Seark, SEARKPS, Lynn Dorman.
So it's CRSPS.
Seark.
CR.
Seark, it's capital Seark, ARK, Arkansas.
Okay, so it's capital CARK Len Dorman.
Capital SE.
SC.
No, I've got it linked to my name. It's spelled with
Okay.
SEARK, then a little letter PS, then a space, then my name, and that's what you can find. You put that in YouTube if you were right on my channel.
Okay, everybody, if you see that, you'll be zeroing in like a coon dog treeing a couple raccoons, and you'll be on with us. And we'll be on at 10 o'clock tonight. Reggie's going to join me. That's okay? And then maybe Anthony will be on.
That's fine.
Hey,
that's like fun to me.
Okay. That's great. And what are you up to now? Did you just started back up again, or what have you been doing?
Oh, about 5, 8.5. I'm just starting back up because if I had a rather terrible internet connection, it was kind of slow to start with, and more people were cramming on my network, the same internet provider I was using, and I had antennas basically were in a window here, and that's how I was seeing up the internet signal. So what they did, they hooked up a square that's about this thick and about the size of a full-size laptop, and put it on my light pole in front. I got a light pole right in front of my house with a big light hooked up to it. So they put it about 12 feet off the ground, one the front where there's no trees. You know, a much stronger signal now. I'm getting a little bit faster service and don't have all the heebie-jeebies like I used to have. So now I can actually do a show again. It's not perfect. It's not as good as, say, cable internet, but it's a lot better than what I had.
George Andexter is going ahead and making a comment, and he says, CARK dot
CRK.
CRK dot.
No, it's
You see where that is?
no, it's C-ARC.
Can you print?
Okay, how do I make a comment on this thing?
I'll get Reggie to print it out. Reggie will print it out.
Well, I can't hear what it is.
Matt Barron's here. Hey, Matt.
What is it?
Great to see you. C.
It's spelled SEARK.
Okay.
SEARK.
Okay. And then what?
Then a S. PS.
So it's SE.
Then my name.
Then his name.
SER or SEA
No,
RK
Mhm.
SPS. Am I getting it right?
Can you make a comment, Len?
Right. Then my name. Not in here, but I can go to Facebook and make one.
Okay.
SEARK
Facebook, there it goes.
S. Oh.
Okay.
Here.
Is this it?
And I still got
Yes.
Is that right?
I guess we're going to have to be out in 2 minutes because it looks like.
yeah, put it.
That's right. I think you're
Yeah, but it's got to have a space between P and my name.
What do you
Okay.
say, Greg?
Between the SPS and Len Dorman has to be a period,
A space.
a space.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So that's for everybody that's on.
So anyone that can hear me, I got it up there. Put a space between the S and the L.
And I'm sorry that we got to leave right now, but we will see you later on your show.
All those are me up there, by the way, Greg.
Those are what?
That's all me. I typed it in the best I could, and it went to all the pages going into the comments. That's all me.
And that's all Dark Horse and everything else?
That I'm on Dark Horse, Paranormal, Paralinks Plus, Bigfoot and the Bunny, Led to the Light. And I typed in the same one thing, and it goes to all the pages.
Okay, you got to put a space in there, and those people ain't gonna be seeing that. Can you do that?
Well, that's what I just did. Was I just told them you got to add a space between the S and the L.
But they're not going to know that when we get off in a minute.
All right, let me retype it. Hold on a minute.
Yeah, that would be best to do that, because then it'll go out and all those people will be able to join up tonight.
Hold on a minute.
Okay.
I gotta hold on. I can't see it. Because it's a lot of letters.
SEARK.
CAR.
SEARK SPS.
Did you no. Did you say SC or SE?
SE as in Edward. ARK SPS space Len LENDORMAN.
George just said all he had to do was type in Len Dorman and it went right to his page. That's what George just said.
It works. So I'm going to go ahead and call and see if Chris is coming on tonight. Okay. Call Chris Carr.
Calling Chris Carr.
Boy, he's got to have a phone that talks to him.
Yeah. I don't like phones smarter than I am.
Yeah, I miss my flip phone.
I've already got a wife smarter than I am. I don't need a phone that way.
Well, that's no good. Yeah, I couldn't get a hold of him, and his mailbox is full.
Oh.
So.
Okay. Well, we still got 2 hours. Maybe he can show up. Because it's just 8:02.
Well, we're usually off at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, we
come on. We come on at 6.
All right, so y'all need to go ahead and sign off then.
Yeah.
And we will see you on your show at 10 o'clock. Okay. Did you get that?
Okay.
10 o'clock tonight, right?
All right.
We will see you there. This is Len Dorman. He's got a great show, 10 o'clock tonight. Southern Fried Paranormal.
We'll see you there.
All right, everybody.
Thank you very much,
Have
Len.
a good night. I love you all with all my heart.
Thank you very much, everybody, for being here tonight.
Nice seeing everybody at the New Show.
Good night.